Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my top 6 favorite face primers. There's no reason why there's no top 5 or top 10, which is what it normally is. I just happen to have 6 that are some of my favorites that I've been loving over the past year to 2 years, I would say, and I wanted to share them with you guys. So we're going from the higher end price point right down to the lower end of £2. So I'm going to start off with the higher end one first, which is the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. It's actually what I'm wearing right now. This is a sample size, by the way. It comes in a much larger size, and this retails for £26. I just happened to get this in a set from Sephora, which is why it's quite small. Forgive me if I sound a bit odd, I'm just getting over a cold. So the reason why I really love this and why I've been using it quite a lot recently is because, as the name suggests, it's a mattifying primer, and I personally tend to prefer mattifying primers. Just for reference, I have got normal to combination skin, so I tend to get oily around my T-zone area, and that's also the areas on my face where foundation tends to separate and move around. The longer the hours are in the day, as well as how high the temperature is, etc. So I generally tend to personally prefer using more mattifying primers, just because that's what my skin type is like. One of the reasons I love this is firstly because it's got a peach tint to it, and a lot of us are brown to deep skin girls have issues when it comes to primers that have got a white tinge, in that they give a slight grey undertone to our skin, or they leave a slight white cast over our skin as well. So something which has got a peach tint to it obviously stops that from happening. Now, it's got a really nice kind of cooling effect to it, because as the name suggests, it's a cooling matte skin perfecting primer. So I really like that nice cool feeling it gets when I apply it to my face. It's got a really nice blurring soft focus finish to the skin once you apply your foundation, and the foundation glides on really nice and evenly as a result of using this. It's also got a fairly nice kind of peachy scent to it. It doesn't bother me too much. It's not overpowering. It doesn't last throughout the day. You can literally only smell it for the first few seconds after you've applied it to your face. So that is one of the reasons why I absolutely love this primer. Now, the next one I'm going to show you guys, which retails at £15 for this teeny tiny little guy, is the NYX Cosmetics Honey Do Me Up Primer. So it looks like honey. It's like in a nail polish type of packaging, and it's got this really strange flat spatula, which is one reason why I actually don't like this, is just because of the packaging. It makes it really messy, because as you can see, it's quite runny in texture, unlike the previous one, which is like a thick cream, and it means that when applying it to the face, it can drip and drop in other places. So that is one reason I'm not a big fan of it. However, it is one of those primers for me that feels very refreshing on the face as a result of the fact that it is so kind of runny. And it's got gold flecks in it, which you can actually see, and those gold flecks are there to create a slight luminous look to your face, to make light bounce off of your face, to make you look kind of like glowy and obviously dewy. Now, even though it's called Dew Me Up, I can't say dew, my nose is blocked. Dew Me Up, that doesn't mean that it's like a hydrating kind of dewy sort of primer. I don't find that with this. I just find that my foundation grips to it really well, because of the fact that it's not kind of very emollient, and is not one of those silicone based ones which gives a very velvety feel. It kind of gives more of a tacky sort of feel until it eventually dries down, and then you apply your foundation on top soon after. And because of the way that the color is of this as well, it's meant to neutralize the discoloration and any redness on your face as well. And at the moment, I'm suffering from a flare-up of rosacea, which is quite a new thing for me. I've never had it before. So something like this really helps to reduce the redness in those areas where it's flaring up. Now, the next one I'm going to show you is $7.99, and it's from Sleek Makeup, and it's their mattifying primer soft focus finish, because that's exactly what it gives to the skin. It gives a very nice soft focus finish, blurs out pores, and really helps the foundation to stick to the skin and keeps my face matte for the majority of the day. It helps to reduce oil as well, so definitely around, especially my nose area is what tends to get shiny first, rather than the other areas in my T-zone, and this really helps to kind of keep the oils at bay. I tend to apply a little bit extra on my nose, just because I know that that's how my nose behaves. It's also got a slightly moisturizing feel to it, so it makes my skin feel really nice and hydrated, and as a result of that, I really like that about this primer. Now this one here, which is all rubbed off because it just happened because I've used it that much. It is by Makeup Revolution, or Revolution, whatever you want to call them. It is their Mattify Matte and Fix Primer. My one is actually nearly finished, and the reason it's all rubbed off just goes to show how much love I have given this. I have probably used this most out of all the ones that I'm going to show you. I used it throughout the summer and a lot of the majority of the year as well. It's only £6, which is obviously very affordable. Absorbs into the skin really quickly and keeps my foundation looking matte pretty much throughout the day, which is what I really love about this. It's very lightweight, and apparently it contains vitamin E as well, which is great and nourishing for the skin. And another thing that it's got, which is awesome, is it's got hyaluronic acid, and it's got lots of antioxidants in here as well. So it's one of those primers that almost doubles up as like a face kind of skincare product as well. So I love that about this. Talking of skincare type of products, The Ordinary's primer. This one is the High Adherence Silicone Primer. This one is still in its box because I haven't actually opened it. I've actually repurchased this many times. That's the reason why it's like one of my backups. This is only £3.90, which is absolutely amazing considering you get 1 ounce of liquid, so that's 30 ml, which is like the same size as foundation. £3.90, absolutely amazing. Now, this one is a silicone primer, high adherence, blurring, surface smoother and primer. Now I know there are people out there that don't really like silicone primers because the skin tends to kind of react to it and sometimes it can break them out. I do not find that that happens with this. This one gives a very nice velvety feel to the skin because it's got silicone in it. It's almost got like a serum type of texture to it, and even on the box it says you can use it as the last step in skincare regimen, either on its own or as a makeup primer. So that's what I mean when I say it doubles up as a skincare product too, which is excellent, especially considering it's £3.90. It mattifies the skin as well as hydrates the skin too, which is excellent. It blurs out pores and imperfections, and it really helps the foundation to stick onto the skin and keep it looking fresh throughout the day. And now the last one I'm going to show you is this one here by Primark, which is only £2. It's their primer water. This is like my nth bottle. I've used this so many times. This one is a spray primer, so you can evenly spray it all over your face. It's got a very refreshing feel to it, very similar-ish to the NYX one, but the NYX one I would say is a little bit more hardcore. This one is a little bit more lightweight because obviously the amount you're applying is a lot less in terms of it being a liquid and this one being a spray, so you have like a fine mist over your face. Its main ingredient is aqua, so there's quite a lot of water in here. What I do find with this is that, number one, it lasts me a really long time because a little bit goes such a long way. It really helps keeping my makeup looking fresh and lovely. It doesn't interfere with my foundation, and it really helps to keep it stuck onto my face throughout the day. And another thing I love about this is even once my makeup is done and I've had it on for a few hours and I may be slightly starting to feel a little bit dry or whatever it may be, and I feel that my skin needs to have a little bit of a perk to it, I'll spray this over my foundation after like hour 5 or 6, and it really rejuvenates the face and gives it a really nice kind of fresh, dewy sort of look, but without it looking greasy, because obviously the main product in this is water and not something oily and greasy. So that's it for my top 6 face primers. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.